Hey everyone, this is Louis7 and I am streaming the Lord of the Rings Online, and I am going to be going back to War of the Three Peaks content, or War of Three Peaks content, and we're going to be doing some endgame stuff with my kin. I think we're going to run the new raid, I believe. And then eventually I do want to get to some Elderslade questing. I plan to do that kind of during the downtimes of today, whatever endgame activities we have going on. I'm gonna also run like the featured instance and something like that. That one's pretty quick, I think. But yeah, that is what is going on today. And it's kind of weird that I'm doing a stream very shortly after I uploaded a video. Usually if I have a video, I try to either stream a different day or post my videos like different days, but this one was something that was news for LOTRO with the update 28.1 patch, so it's a little bit weird. And I will say, if anybody has like feedback on me streaming on YouTube and making videos on YouTube, it's a little bit awkward balancing those. But let's see, what was I thinking with that? Just one of the things I can actually do is if it ever becomes a problem, kind of minor streams, I guess, I could always unlist after I do it live, so it doesn't like crowd up my YouTube channel basically. But I don't think I make enough content for me to really need to do that, because I basically do YouTube in my free time. Well, a whole bunch of people don't match the Fellowship's raid flags. I wonder, perhaps it's some locks with the group content with the 6-man, or maybe throwing the Dread Terror. But anyway, yeah, that is what is going on today, and just something I was thinking about with the streams that I wanted to mention in the beginning, even though I kind of just remembered as soon as I started the stream. But I guess so everybody knows, I am playing with my kinship on Arkansas, and I have done raids with them one time before. Or specifically, it was actually this raid, the Bloody Threshold, Damal, however you say it. But yeah, all these kind of Dwarven names, they're tough for me to pronounce, unfortunately. I already have like trouble pronouncing different things in LOTRO anyway, and then some of the new ones we have here, it's hard, like Azg, Buzru, the Warfell. I have no idea if that's how you're actually supposed to pronounce it, but it's almost like Asf or Azg, and then Buzzer or Buzra. There could be many options there. And also the accent marks. There are a lot of accent marks like Udin. It might actually be called a Dune because of the accent mark. That's like, for some reason, the zone I think of when I think of accent marks in LOTRO, but yeah. So it looks like we're actually starting the raid. This is pretty early. I have played with this kin before, but usually when they do raids, it's a lot later. So this is actually like the perfect time for me. And I think Tuesdays is a really good day for me. So I think this will become basically a weekly thing on my channel. Probably Tuesday evenings will probably be endgame stuff. On the regular servers, I do kind of endgame stuff. On the legendary servers, more like Moria. And it looks like I have a Relic Bundle. Oh, I opened my Hobbit gift. I don't remember if I did that after the stream started or before. And somehow I got 2 subscriber town services. I must have gotten one yesterday and today. Wow, that had a ton of relics in it. I don't know if they usually contain that many, but yeah. And one thing with the update 28.1 coming tomorrow, of course I did all this in the patch note video, but these jewelries, the rare jewelries here, they will now break down Timbers of Enchantment. So one thing I was actually worried is that I sold these because I just don't need these. Actually, a couple of them I think I could use for tanking if I really wanted, but that's nice. It's going to suck for people that did sell those, because at least as far as I know from the patch, that's how it sounds like it works. I think we're running this at tier 1. That would be a little bit scary for my character if we were running tier 2, just because I'm under geared. That's one of the things I like about the raid, is it's easily accessible. This is, yeah, actually my first stream since doing that update 28 review. But yeah, I guess a big point with that it was I like the content and everything I had to say about the raid and 6-man instance I liked. So I'm pretty excited to do this. I think, actually, trying to look at my jewelry, they have updated icons, I guess, just like the new icons for earrings for this update, necklaces. This is bracelet, I think. Yeah, wrist. Maybe, I'm guessing this 418 ring was from the whatever zone that was before this. Wells of Langflood, probably more specifically the Legacy of Durin, if I had to guess. Okay, so we are moving slightly up. I don't think we're quite ready for the first combat. And it looks like I should probably increase the CPU priority. Yeah, Chrome is taking up all my CPU as usual. I am going to refresh it real quick. It could just be a quiet stream right now, nobody in chat, but since I always seem to have so many issues with that, I'm just double checking that. Yeah, it's kind of crazy for me. Usually I try to start streams at least a couple or a few minutes before we get jumping into group content, but I think we're just like, we're still getting in. I don't even know, we might still be forming the group. For all I know, we have 5 people in the second group and 6 in our group, so we still actually need one more person. But yeah, it's just kind of crazy for me. I don't really have that much time to settle, but I guess I actually do right now. I just, especially also, so I mentioned I had the Ken chat in Discord. I played on my headphones and it doesn't go through the stream. The stream plays the in-game audio in the background, but it's just like something I have going on. It's almost background noise at this point, but it is going on and I don't know exactly when I need to pay attention because I'm talking where I can't really hear or concentrate on that. Oh yeah, so I guess I can deconstruct it, looks like some of my allies. So that is one thing we can do. Relic combination. Yeah, it doesn't matter what legacies I get. I was used to, I guess on the last stream I did, I was playing my level 60 Beorning and Moria and got like his first stage all settled, so I was used to paying attention to all that little stuff, but don't need to do that now. And I guess I'm good to go ahead and slot 3 more allies. Need the vendor to sell all the stuff I got because I don't really care about any of this stuff. I just like the heritage, and I think I get some relics is kind of the big thing with that. Oh, relics and shards. Shards is actually the big thing I meant. And actually, if we go to the relic forger, we can look what I can use shards, because I always have to remind myself. I think you can get legacies. That's not what I want. Legendary support. You can get your scrolls of, well, scroll of delving there, but you can get Scroll of Empowerment, Infamous Scroll of Empowerment for 42,660 shards. So it's a crazy amount of shards, but that is what you do with it. And I basically just like slowly build up the process for this. And KMU asked if I can post a guide to the Blue Line LOTRO YouTube streamer, please. Wait. I never get as many views as you. Wait, sorry Kim, I do not know what you're asking. You're asking if I can post a guide to the Blue Line and then LOTRO YouTube streamer, please? You never get as many views as me. Guide. If you can clarify, sorry if I... Okay, so apparently we needed to acknowledge that we are here. So, needed to jump. It seems to be the way... Oh, you were saying... Okay. So you were saying you never get as many views as me. I didn't even know. Or, hold up. I'm totally distracted right now. Let me reread that. You said you were joking that I get more views than you. Okay. Yeah, that's where I got kind of confused, was you said you never get as many views as me. But anyway, I think we are ready to start the raid now. Maybe. I actually still need to slot essences. I have two essence boxes, and I think I actually don't know. I thought I had open essence slots. Yeah, it looks like my chest piece, even my gloves, and my boots actually have 6 open essence slots at least. Oh, what spec am I playing? I am playing no spec. Wow. It is good that this is easy and this is tier 1 and these mobs go down super quick, because I am basically not here. Okay, let's go into a spec that has trait point spent, and the one I use for raids. So Kim, you said I am the face of LOTRO on YouTube. That is good to know. I know there are some people that have maybe been on YouTube longer. There are actually a lot of people that do LOTRO on YouTube. I try to make unique content, I suppose. I feel like I'm actually contributing a little bit this fight, but yeah, there are a lot of LOTRO channels. But, oh yeah, what I was saying was I tried to make unique content, like helpful content. I really love this type of stuff in the raid. There's just like randomly a bunch of Gundabad archers almost hiding behind the rock. Like if we go back there and you weren't really expecting these, they just like come out of nowhere and assassinate you in a way. Oh, there's actually one left. And then there was a goblin assassin, one that would actually want to assassinate you. But yeah, if you're just like walking on the road, you don't really see those. And there's just a bunch of little touches like that I like in the raid. Makes it a little bit more interesting, just the trash fight's a little bit more unique. You have like these archers and then the warg riders right here. But then there are a bunch of like stealth goblins around. That's one of the things I thought was really funny. I think a lot of people in my group also noted that, and I'm going to try to be more useful, use my debuffs, even though they probably a waste of time actually using my debuffs right now. I think we have quite a few champions doing AoE in addition to me. Okay, hello. Oh, Ace Hiena. I am Crick Hollow Shadowhands. That is a long name, but that is okay. And I somehow queued up Defensive Strike. And I am doing good today. Excited to do this raid again. This will be my second time in it. Oh, fire. Unfortunately, especially with me streaming right now and talking with chat, I don't have to pay too much attention to what is going on right here, even though I can pay attention. That would be helpful, AoEing all these sappers, and I don't have my interrupt available, but that is okay. Actually, we're having some people die, so that's a little bit scary. And apparently I completed a quest, enemies at the Warfell, so that's exciting. We got some of our Elderslade questing done then. I was kind of thinking, because my kin usually does stuff a lot later, that we don't have a target assist, do we? I also have trouble paying attention to target assist, so I just actually looked for that for the first time. But you also said I do have unique videos and you like watching them, so that is good to know that first of all you like them and they are unique enough, I guess, to be worthy of watching. which is something I guess I know based on people, like the views my videos get and all the likes and that type of stuff, but... Oh, these guys, are we actually in combat with them? Or somebody was, maybe just the tank was. Because I don't think I was in combat. And hello, Don White. Oh, having a little bit of lag. I guess it's okay to use Goat at least. That means I can use Desolation twice. I think my kin has run this. Oh, there's another Goat. But I think my kin has done this more times than me. They might have done it 3 times. And the first time I did it, I don't know if anybody was here and remembers that, but I disconnected. We got through the first boss okay, and then we had a wipe on the second boss, and I disconnected as soon as basically the try for the second boss started. Disconnected from the stream and LOTRO and ran into some other issues. Apparently my chat wasn't working from my end, and I didn't even realize that, and I missed like Endgame, who is another LOTRO YouTuber actually, or I think he's more of like a streamer now that is on Twitch, but anyway, he like came by and donated and I missed that, but anyway. So Ace Hiena, I don't even know if I'm saying that right. I'm very bad about pronouncing names, unfortunately. Talked about I'm bad about like pronouncing names in LOTRO and like the name of whatever the zone is and then the name of the raid, Amdan Dummel. So the bridge just got destroyed, and then we'll have to get Prince Durin up here. I didn't know he was even a prince or what. I really don't know how the rankings of dwarves work for them to be called like prince or whatever. I'm just used to calling him Durin. How much was my heal ticking for? For some reason it looked like I was doing, okay, I was doing 5,000. For some reason I read that as like 51,000 on all those, and I thought that was crazy. Turns out that probably would be crazy because it was only doing about 5,000, which is pretty weak, but what I would actually expect. So I think the first boss, which we are already at, it's pretty quick to get to the first boss. So what was the, oh yeah, the first boss had the bats. That was our big focus. We just had to kill the bats and interrupt them basically, and then we could kill the mammoth or focus on the boss actually while the mammoth is up, and then if another mammoth came, we would focus on the mammoth to get him down and only have one mammoth up at most, but really focus on bats, I think. Bat riders, rather. So Ace Hiena, you said you really love this game. I do love this game. I love a lot of the content in the game. It's just for me, I talk about this because I just made the video I love and hate the War of Three Peaks. There are just some things that frustrate me that are more external to the game, like circumstances surrounding the game with like Standing Stone Games and some of the management and marketing and that type of stuff. But yeah, I really like the game, and I feel like the developers, probably what few of them are left, do a good job. For the most part, at least. There are some things that are a little bit of a miss to me. And Haldir4588, hello, and you asked if I can, or you asked if you can play missions on the legendary servers, and you can. And in the next update, tomorrow, 28.1, you will be able to do the daily and weekly now on, hopefully, the legendary servers. I think it would be a big bug if you can't do them on the legendary servers. Oops. And I'm getting healed for like, I gotta heal for 72,000 and I'm only healing for 5,000, but the good news is I'm not a healing class, so I don't need to worry about that. Basically use Conviction, the skill I use for the, that's actually a lot of crit defense and a lot of tactical mitigation. Of course, I don't know at this level numbers are really high, but Yeah, I'm at like 32, 202,000, so that's a pretty big upgrade for me. And the crit defense, I think, is also pretty significant. That almost doubles mine at 81,000. But anyway, before fights, I like to put that up even as a DPS warden because it'll help me a little bit. So I think we're getting close to starting up the boss. I wonder, I should probably use some of my consumables, actually, like eat my food and that sort of stuff. So I have some regeneration food, and then what are the other in-game consumables? Maybe a fire oil. I have all these old ones that last 5 minutes, so I'll get started on that. I should probably, maybe after this fight, I'll equip maybe at least some of my bad essences, some of the low tier yellow ones, or even while we're still waiting a little bit for this fight. Alright, so is this? I actually don't even know what's equipped, so I should probably go straight to the piece of gear that I wanted on. Actually, I'm not sure. Can you control right click? No, that's what sends it in chat. Okay, so actually, it's just because I don't know which ones of these I have equipped. Took a minute to think about that, I guess. So I guess it doesn't really matter what I put it in. I have these gloves equipped, so I'll put it in that. I don't care too much specifically about the essence. Actually, technical mitigation, I can do that as well, just to put an essence in. Okay, so here are the Bat Riders, the ones we need. So get the interrupt, and then I can't even tell where he's facing. He's way too high up for me to see on the screen. But yeah, that fight was pretty easy. We have another bat. Though it's probably a waste to use that strong bleed on the bat. I'd rather use it on the priority target than just like the mammoth. And I interrupted somebody. I don't know if the mammoth does an induction. I accidentally used desolation twice there. Wow, we have a lot of damage. Also could use my shield spikes. That might help a little bit. I actually can't quite 100% tell what is riding the mammoths. It's some sort of orc or goblin, but it looks a little bit in armor, just a little bit weird, I guess. Maybe it's a more updated model of orcs is what I'm guessing. So here is the actual boss. I think we probably go burst on him to start the fight. At least that's what I'm going to do, and I should probably put my debuffs on him. That would be more helpful. And pretty much just let the AoEs cleave. I should not have used my interrupt there. But just let the AoEs cleave onto the mammoth. Wow, I missed. There we go. I was trying to use Warcry the whole time. It's probably like way past that. And I just realized I haven't used Ranger Resounding Challenge. I have not gone into this at all, which is not a good thing. I just kind of forgot about it. Okay, so got one bleed. We can get another bleed. And then I think I need to use Sharding of Death and then Brink of Victory and probably Precise Blow. Okay, we got Bat Rider coming. Well, the boss is getting pretty low on his health. I should probably, it looks like I need to start doing all my debuffs again. I should have my damage buff coming up in a minute. We have more bats, so focus on those, and I will go ahead and use my buff. Oh, I tried to interrupt him, but I think somebody else already did. I already had mine going. Oops, did not mean to target the mammoth there. Alright, I think I guess I'll go with Shardy of Death. I actually have all my AoE dots except for Warcry. That one's pretty weak though. And then maybe I need some bleeds, that is what I need. Probably can even get this bleed in. It's kind of weird to use those all three there and then Brink of Victory, and we have some bats. I was pretty slow to targeting that one. And I think I need my spear light dots. Oops, apparently there was another bat. I totally missed that. There are bats. This time I paid attention at least. I think I see another shadow, so probably another one right up there. Can't see the bat rider, but there it is. Then the boss probably, well actually he's getting close to dead. I think I'll get one more cooldown out of Recklessness. We might have one more set of bats that we need to focus on, but I think, yeah, we actually got the boss down. Now all the ads will disappear, and that was a successful run for the first boss. Pretty quick. Got a good chunk of marks and medallions, I think. Actually, I wonder, I did not mean to go to perks. I meant to just look how many marks and medallions I have. So I have, where are they? 36,500 marks and 6,700 medallions. Probably, I have a bunch of ancient Ithil coins too. Oh, we have the Frostbound Emissary. This dude's super easy though. Oh no, I missed, there we go. I missed the Ranger Sounding Challenge. This guy died so quick, it probably really didn't matter that I did all that once everybody else came and started helping. It got a little bit better. So I got another tier 6 essence box. That's crazy. I have 2 of these now. Once I get like a really nice piece of gear, I actually do have a couple really nice pieces of gear, like that chest piece. I think I have even a higher item level somewhere. Like my boots. The boots will actually be updated. These are getting changed. The tactical critical multiplier is going to be changed. I think even the heavy armor ones, the ones with might, the offensive stat of might ones also had that issue. So that's a little bit weird, but somebody mentioned they liked it on the captain. That is one that I didn't really think of. But yeah, I think it would help with like captain heals. I don't know if their damage draws from tactical, but most of it I think would be physical. Anyway, this is not what I want to look at. I want to look at the boots. So I was thinking I could put, since I have 2 tier 6 essences, and if I really got like a huge upgrade, I could use one of those essence removal scrolls, I think. They cost about 200 gold in the auction house on this server. Oops. I think I was pressing W instead of Control 2. And it looks like we got the fight started up, the second boss. This one has more to it, even on our easy tier 1 here. But yeah, let's go ahead and try, I guess, I'll put some tactical mitigation, something just as, it just fills the slots. I don't really care about these tactical mitigation essences. I guess I care about those like a little bit more than the physical mitigation or even something like that, but it just gives me something rather than having nothing in there. I feel kind of weird coming into like a raid, supposedly being prepared with. I already have bad essences and a few things, so we just put stuff. Oh, I thought people were already attacking the boss, but I guess not quite yet. But yeah, this boss, basically, if we get an eye, We have to run away. So when we get the eye, we have to run away and we'll like drop a puddle. Oh, I meant to do my debuffs first. Okay, let's go ahead and get my damage buffs. Somebody has an eye and it is not me. Okay, so just can't step in that little red box. I don't know if y'all can see that, but yeah, we got another eye. And I have no idea what gimmicks I'm using. I'm paying too much attention to all the eyes in the group. I think I need to use a little bleed here. Okay, one more bleed and I'll actually go about resetting with the rotation a little bit. Okay, somebody right behind me has an eye. It was kind of funny though, the first time we were running this, I guess this group isn't too used to running with Warden, so whenever I use all my Gambit masteries, I have like these little things pop above my head, and they thought they were eyes. I don't think I actually used a bleed that time. Don't have it. And then I need whatever this bleed is called. Actually, probably can use power attack right there. Do I have? Yep, I have the eye. I think we're going this way to drop them. So just drop it right there and basically as close to the other box as I could. Oh, actually, oops, did I just step in one of those boxes on the way back? If I did, I didn't mean to. Okay, so what skills do I need to use? Probably not that. Actually, I'll go back to a Ranger's Sounding Challenge. It is always a good one to start with. And then I'll do my Javelin debuffs, and then Recklessness, and okay, somebody is getting an eye, I think. Thought somebody was, oh, it's behind us that somebody did. Because when he turns around like that, I think that's when somebody gets an eye, and that's when I at least try to pay attention if I get one. Alright, so probably a good time to reset with the gambits. I don't know why I keep starting that with Desolation instead of my bleed. Okay, so we are moving to phase 2, and phase 2, that was the one the first time we ran this we wiped on, like right away, but I think people didn't know we were supposed to kill the ads. It was kind of a big problem there. So yeah, we bring them, I think, close to the dwarves a little bit, kind of in that corner-ish where the tank is, and basically go behind and kill the ads when they come, and otherwise just damage the boss. It's relatively simple, I suppose. At least that's what I remember, so I hope that's what there actually is. Oops, did I never... Wait, did I use... What? Hold up. Okay. I think I targeted one of the people in my group, and that's why my gambits didn't go off and totally messed that up. It already takes me time to build up the damage, and I like totally messed up what was going on there, and I think we're getting some wargs, so we need to get those. I think they kind of chain like damage, like a building buff or something, as you get more wargs there as they damage you more. I'm not entirely sure, I don't remember exactly how, whatever that is, how it works, or even if that's the way it works, but I think there's something with that. Okay, I think I already used that blade, but that is okay. Oops. I actually need to use Desolation. I probably need to go back and use Ranger's Sounding Challenge again. We're actually getting some wargs again, some ads. I'll go ahead and hit them with a Resounding Challenge. Doesn't get the boss, but again, the ads are the priority, so even getting a little bit on them I think is good. Alright, so back on boss this time I'll actually get Resounding Challenge because it is very strong dot actually. I don't know at this point for me if it's stronger or... No idea what game I was trying to build there. I think I just mispressed something, but I was trying to go back to the bleed. And actually I'm going to use my damage buff. And then I think I can use like Desolation. It looks like we have some more wargs coming. Could have waited to hit them with Desolation, I suppose. That probably would have been more efficient. And I'll go ahead and use actually my Javelin debuffs. Hit the wargs and the boss. The boss probably needed them refreshed. Oh, I think I just refreshed the one bleed that was left. Unless it expired the exact time I used it, but could have just used the stronger one first. Surety of Death is the one that just went off. This is one of the times I usually don't like using add-ons. Like in general, I usually just like, for some reason, playing like with a base UI and all that sort of stuff. And I know a lot of people use different things for rating, like buff bars might be the name of one, but use a lot of stuff like that to track damage over time, which would be good for wardens. And I think even there's a add-on called Sequence Bars. I think that's what it's called. And it basically queues up all your skills for you, so you can put essentially a rotation then and just like keep going about that, and you like press one button and you use all these different abilities to build up your gambits and get a rotation going with that. But to me that's almost a little bit too much automatic playing, but I can see why some people would use it. It's just not really for me. And also for like people that watch my videos, especially people who are not familiar with the game, it's probably better for them to see like the base UI, something they would play with. That's something in like a lot of games, and sometimes people will like have their UI just heavily modified. Mine at least resembles what the base UI looks like, I think. You know, I move some of the things around on my screen, change the scale of just a couple of things. But I try to make sure it's kind of representative of what somebody that would be new to the game would see a little bit. I think that is something, as a content creator, I have to be considerate of, I guess. But we got the boss done. We had 0 wipes. I had 0 deaths, I think. A couple people did die in the first, like, trash fight. Or not the first trash fight, but the first one in kind of the big room that was before the bridge. But anyway, that is the raid. I think the raid is very fun. I know it sounds like a lot of people were upset that it was kind of short and all that, but I personally just find the raid really fun. I think it could be fun if it was longer too. And let's see what I got. I got a piece of gear. Oh, it's got resistance though. That is so sad. And it's not like anybody else would want this. I think it might be an upgrade for me. I'll lose some physical mastery. Somebody got a Helm of the Threshold. That sounds fancy. 434. That is high item level. I'm here looting 426 from this raid. I got a lesser. He got a regular. Or somebody else got a lesser. Bright Band of Three Peaks, that's one that we can disenchant into embers later. Agile Coif at the Threshold, that one sounds good. That's one I would want. That's 434 item level as well. Wow. Just see what people get. But yeah, mine is a lesser. I guess Defenders leggings is why it's defensive statted. I've so far gotten better loot from the tier 1 6-man even than this raid, unfortunately. I did get the tier 6 essence box, so that was nice. And I think I still will equip this. The little bit of defensive boost won't be like, it won't set me way back. So it'll help me survive a little bit. I actually have like 300k morale already. So I'm up to like 312k with that. So I think people are leaving, but I can... Oops. I guess the fight towards Gundabad. I guess I should have been talking to him and getting those quests. Oops. We need the /oops emote for that. Wait. Oh, there's a /oop emote, but it's out of power. It ain't. I need a kid. But yeah, I think we can leave. We don't really need to stay around for this stuff. It just plays a little bit of story stuff after the raid, after the boss fight. That's another thing I like. I'm not too familiar with all the raids at LOTRO, especially the newer ones, but one thing I like is they do all this after it, so you can stay if you want, but then people who are just interested in doing the raid content or have done it before, you can just like leave. But if you want, again, you can stay there. This disenchants into crafting materials. I actually have no idea what that actually means it disenchants into, so let's find out if I can find my Flame of Encalamir. And I also don't know what we're running next as a kin. If I'm able to go whatever we're running, that would be another slight concern. 6 Minnesithal hides, wow. So I'm wondering, we might be doing it. We might be doing that again, but I don't know what the chest locks. I probably can't do that again. I think it's not like the other ones. Mithril crowns. I saw Mithril in the name. My kinship on Anor that I play with frequently is Mithril League. They're Mithril crowns. So yeah, while I'm waiting, I guess, to find out what's next and if I'm able to go. Muster and Anna Curfew, that's where I need to go. We can go ahead and get towards Elderslade, which is kind of the other half of this stream, I suppose, is going to be Elderslade questing. Oh, I should probably look at the task. I remember there was something about that I like kept meaning to do the task but never did. Kept accidentally selling my stuff and all that. Hello, Andrew McKinnon. You asked if I've done much less landscape questing in the Warzone phase of the region, and I have. I did pretty much all of that in my Legacy of Durin stream. I didn't do all of Elderslade, but I did the War of Three Peaks of the Warzone phase of the region. I did do most of that. I ran into some group content, some of the small fellowship quests that I didn't quite do because they weren't really super like relevant. Oh, I have all these missions, so if people are wondering how I have all these missions available, I have I just basically accept them all and that available, but I'm going to ask the kin, just double check that I can't run. Oh, I can barter for stuff. I actually knew that I could barter for stuff. I think I even know that recipe. I just don't know what that recipe takes. Yeah, so the war phase of this zone is very fun. I do agree with that. That's one of the things I just love the content so far in it. Oh yeah, I was looking at the crafting material. So that's in Minnesithal Taylor, and it is essences maybe? No. Processing? Quest. Yep, that would be it. Elderslade supply pack, so that's the Ithalharn shards and the brushed Minnesithal leathers. I don't remember the Ithalharn shards. There are these things. Do they come with that? No, that is for... Okay. Oh, there's a... Oh, that same kin, I don't think that's the same person. So just to confirm, I cannot run this again on the same character, right? then I will probably pass. Yeah. Would there be anything else after you all run this stuff tonight? Okay, I'll stay for that then, probably. Okay, so it sounds like we'll be doing some of the 6-mans after they do the raid. But I'm probably going to disconnect to the Discord so I don't have to hear them raid the whole time. Okay. Okay, so disconnected from that and we are good to actually go. So sorry for the little bit of delay there. That's just sometimes the way it is, trying to get things set up and find out what is going on. But we are ready to do some Elderslade questing, not missions like my quest log and what I was just going on about that might show. But I know a dwarf that has worn the same outfit that looks a little bit like that. So I thought that might have been him, but it was not. It would have been strange if he was on, I think. Oh, and Skeletor, you said it is 2:59 a.m. in Germany. I think I remember that from one of the last streams you were in. You were like, it was like 3 a.m. or something. But wow, that is late, and you will still watch. So we're really trying to think what I need to do. So let's look at my Elderslade, not the War of Three Peaks. The War of Three Peaks pretty much all I have. I do have to kill some more wargs, but a lot of small fellowship stuff. Maybe I will see, maybe get like a group for the War of Three Peaks. Ooh, there's a Gundabad, or Goat of the Threshold. Where did I see Gundabad? Just like fight towards Gundabad or something? But it's Goat of the Threshold. Okay, so these are all my quests. I still need to do introduction to Elderslade, actually. Oh, that's in Scarhall. That would be why. So let me untrack all my missions. Where are my missions? Is it special? No. Elderslade, War of Three Peaks. There are mission. I almost feel like missions could be in their own quest log, but I think LOTRO, basically everything that's a quest, even in like skirmishes, that all goes to your quest log. But it would be nice if they could have those as like a little bit of a separate thing, just so they don't take up your quest slots. But I think it's also not intended that you like bank up on all these missions like I am. Like I have 8 of yesterday's missions. I don't know exactly that I picked them up yesterday, so I could run basically 16 today with that. But I mainly want to save running any of them till tomorrow once we actually get the daily and weekly quests again. It's kind of weird. Update 28.1 is exciting me a little bit more than update 28. I think I mentioned in both my recent videos on update 28 that specifically my review and then the updated 28 is weird video. I need to go to Scarhall, by the way. That's what I'm looking for. But in both of those videos, I mentioned just some of the circumstances around the update made me a little bit less excited for it than I probably should have been. Which is sad because I do love the content. I think now that I've actually played the content and found how fun it is, that just makes me more excited to continue it. And with the updates coming in 28.1, even though it's a pretty small update overall, some of the stuff in there excites me a little bit. I think I'll actually want to run the missions a little bit more now too. Alright, so we have to talk to somebody here. I really have no idea who, where Agatar the Boastful is. Probably look at the map. Oh, he's far away in Scarhall. We will get on the boar for this. It's so weird riding a boar. Maybe, I wonder if it would look more normal on like a dwarf or something, but I could see it maybe looking more normal on a dwarf or hobbit, but I don't know. I just know it's very weird on an elf. And I cannot find where I'm going. There are steps somewhere. I'm not good with Scarhall. Oh, so Skeletor is 1:59 a.m. where you are, probably like 2 a.m. now, but at least that's an hour earlier, I suppose. Scouting Scarhawk probably will not do that. I suppose I did that when I went through here on my Warden. When I went on my Warden, I think I was getting through Radagast questline. Is about as far as I got basically before the Legendary servers launched. Rushgate? Where is Rushgate? I wonder... So we can go exploring again. That was a pretty neat run when I did this. I guess with the Legacy of Durin, I think actually ran that way. But we took a detour and we went to the Wells of Langflood instead of Elderslade. So this time we'll go actually the Elderslade path, so I think it'll be a fun little run. Oh, and you can actually go down here. This is one of the things also, I just didn't get familiar with the zone. I don't even know if I ever knew there was a path here, which there obviously is on the map, but yeah, it's nice that that exists, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say. This is a neat area as well. And one of the things, I have a Redline Minstrel guide coming up, but I did some of the stuff in the Iron Hill zone, which I find that zone just to be very peaceful and relaxing. I was actually a little bit, in general, just stressed out with LOTRO because I just made the Love and Hate War 3 Peaks video. And just thinking about the stuff that bothered me with that. And I think just playing the game, some of the different things that I like in it can kind of distract me from that, basically. And that zone was just like super peaceful and relaxing. It just has kind of that vibe to me. So Skeletor, you said the boar looks extremely cool to you and you find the little armor boar super cute, but it would be even better if the little boar pet wouldn't vanish once you sit on the rideable boar. I agree with that. It would be nice if you get your cosmetic pets out when you're on a mount, and maybe if they don't want them going super fast, like if you're on your war steed, maybe they can disappear on the war steed, but at least be out when you're on your regular mount. I think that would, for me, that would make cosmetic pets just more of a convenience to have out. I like having them out, but I don't always think about it, so I can actually go off, and I have the little boar somewhere. Battle-adorned pig. There it is. And I have the matching mount. But once I get on the matching mount, it goes away. And I could even go the other extreme and put on the matching armor. Wait, is his name Moore? Was that his actual name? M-O-R-E? No, Mori. That is a weird name. It's like the default name for the boar. Oinsbane. Defeat Mithrin Wolverines. I don't think I will today. I do remember questing through here when I went through this zone, again before the Legendary servers launched. That was the big thing that stopped me from questing in this area. Quests weren't too bad here, they weren't my favorite, but compared to some of the other recent areas at the time in LOTRO, I thought it was relatively good, but compared to Veils of Anduin was like the zone that for me kicked off the fun questing again in LOTRO. I don't remember, I guess before I wasn't able to make videos before I moved, I don't think I ever got a chance to do a Veils of Anduin zone review, but I definitely would have talked about that because it was a big thing for me. This actually got green and almost necromancery looking, kind of like Mirkwood. That was pretty odd. I wonder, it's dark outside. I just don't remember it being that dark. I guess it was nighttime the whole time, but getting in here it just like turned green, extra spooky dark, which is fitting for this time. This month of the year, I suppose, and this time of the month. We will decline these so I don't have that pop up there the whole time, and I will, I guess, barely run into a tree and little statue type thing, pillar thing. What are these, like dwarf markers? Is that what they're actually called? The little pillars thing sticking out? I think they're to mark the road, maybe like different paths is what I would guess. They're actually used, unless they're random, like, I doubt it would be like random things from ruins just being placed here, because it really does mark the road. Messy inventory, but it's actually really clean with that crafting carry-all thingy. That was probably for me one of the most useful things from the War of Three Peaks was the crafting carry-all. And I know the crafting one is actually the one available on the LOTRO store. I probably could have gotten another like more unique one, but I thought that crafting would be most useful, and that way I didn't have to like go around hunting another one basically. So I have a quest 2 and at Curfew, so do some flags along the way. Yeah, I guess this is the real start of the Elderslade zone. I basically did whatever I came up upon that happened to be aligned with the book quest. In the War of Three Peaks, I did all that up until the group content just because I think at the time, trying to remember correctly, I was just kind of getting finished. That was like 4 hours into the stream that I was getting there, so I thought I would finish the book quest and then I can go back to that as I maybe get a group for it or anybody in my kin doing that with them. And whenever we just get there again, I don't think it's that high of a priority for me right now, basically. So what are we doing? We are removing rock slides from the path. I wonder how long this would really take for me with a pickaxe by myself, with, I guess, moral support from a little pig, how long it would actually take me to clear this rubble and just make it completely vanish, not even like roll down the hill, it just like poof, vanishes. But I can do it in 1.5 swings of the pickaxe. There are those nice flying drakes. Okay, so we removed... Oh, we need to search the hill for the source of the rock slide. The night sky is always neat in LOTRO. I think it's very starry. But we need to go, okay, a little bit. I don't think this is the best path, but we get a little bit more exploration, which is nice here, I think. And I should probably get switching to the L line if we're going to be killing mobs. Getting a little bit choppier FPS here, unfortunately. There's a stone claw, and I should be running upon the source here soon. Ling flood branches. This is a pretty neat view of the wells of Ling flood from up here. You can see... Oh, I guess you can't see. I'm trying to orient myself where I am, so I think that's in at Curfew, if I'm right. Yeah, I think that's in at Curfew. So the gates of Gundabad would be way off there behind whatever building that is, I think. Actually, maybe even behind the mountain a little bit from here. Wonder if you can go up the mountain actually that way. I doubt it. That's like way up. Usually you can't get that high in mountains in LOTRO. So I kind of doubt that. Anyway, for this quest, aside from the distractions of the landscape and scenery, that's one of the things I like about LOTRO, that I can get distracted by that stuff. It just means, for me at least, I quest kind of slow sometimes because of it. I actually need to get some screenshots. Unfortunately, it's nighttime, and that's sometimes a bad time for screenshots. I seem to always play and take screenshots at nighttime. Actually, I want to get a screenshot of this guy. That is a little too close for comfort, but we got a screenshot of him at least. Or her, I suppose. Actually, Rams. I think Rams are... Actually, I don't know, but maybe they're all males. I'm not sure if it's like deer, like the ones with the antlers, are males. Oh, where's the... Oh, that was a dwarf marker. That wasn't even I thought that was a quest objective. I thought it was a little bit odd that that was a quest objective, but yeah, I still don't actually have the quest done, and it's got quite a bit of an area on the map. Actually, there's a little... So you see this big circle on the map where I am, that I'm just kind of searching around, pressing delete, seeing if there's any like glowing rocks or whatever. But there's a little tiny one even farther south of here, so we'll go down there. So Skeletor, for your message, you said you love how in LOTRO you are a guy or girl who has killed many powerful enemies, fought Nazgul, some other things, and saved Moria, fought the Witch King, befriended the King of Gondor. And the guy giving you a quest is like, yeah, can you kill 10 of these rabbits for your 60 silver? Yeah, that's one thing in LOTRO. I do agree with you, it's kind of funny, but that is the way MMOs work sometimes. But it's kind of funny in LOTRO with the quests, actually, they do give like barely any silver. This is like 45 silver to defeat wargs at Heller's Notch for just like a random quest right there. So yeah, it's they don't really pay you much. You get paid silvers while you somehow own, or at least I own, a couple thousand gold. So burn the Stoneclaw corpses. I'm guessing this is the place I needed to go get more slots. Oh no. We need to abandon some quests. I shouldn't abandon the Lost Lore ones. Veils of Anduin, that I can abandon. I don't care about the Lost Lore of Veils of Anduin on this character. I don't care about pesky bugs. I do care about the depths of Kidzel Claw. I don't care about Wood's Edge, even though that's ready for turn-in at Holvis. Okay, I do care about that enough to keep it right now. In the Wells of Langflood I'm still going through. I can cancel the missions if I need to. Or Besieged, maybe eventually get that done. All these should be... Oh, these are actually all repeatables. I could probably abandon all these if I needed to. Yeah, these are all like the weekly type stuff. I actually need to complete 3 more of those. I guess for this is a weekly, I think. Gives 500 embers, 3,000, just a lot of stuff. Should probably actually pay attention to that stuff and occasionally try to do that. But anyway, let's do this quest, maybe. So I need to destroy Stoneclaw nests, and I need to burn Stoneclaw corpses, and I need to defeat Mountain Stoneclaws. I need to defeat Mountain Deepclaws. So here's a nest. Again, what are we doing to that? Destroying it, not burning it. Oh, and I somehow targeted a Deepclaw. I wonder how much damage that debuff does. Oh well, it's gone. I can't even check. So yeah, Andrew McKinnon, you said I am looking for a cave entrance, and unfortunately I'm a little bit slow with questing, and I also am a little bit still getting back to reading the chat. My thing got scrolled up, I noticed, and then I had to just like scroll down. Okay, still destroying stuff, but this is one of the exact things that was in a lot of the Minas Morgul questing content that I liked. I'd basically be on a quest set, and then this thing had me like find a source of the rolling rocks or whatever they were called, but I did that, and then there's a bunch of like stone claws and cave claws and a bunch of quests associated with that, and I am somehow using Dance of Horror in the middle of combat. Meant to use Surety of Death, actually. But yeah, it's just one of the things I'm liking about the quest design in these newer areas. They keep you on an adventure, I guess. It's not like really do these 3 quests and then go back for a turn in and continue to the next spot. That's a lot of what like West Rohan is like in a lot of in general, I think linear questing is a lot like that, which some people like, which is okay, but I don't find it that fun and usually get bored of it. Not always, but it's just something for me in general. I feel like I get bored of it compared to this style of questing where you're kind of off distracted a little bit, even if it's the same results overall, I guess. Same results as in like keep on progressing through the zone. It's just a little bit different, and we have something glowing here. It's not a quest item, but it is a backpack. Oh yeah, and one thing I should do before... Wow, they actually probably make this pretty close to being able to drop off like on purpose. It almost reminds me of Moria. I feel like this is something in Moria that I would be very likely to fall in. Especially if I'm not paying too much attention and just kind of going about it. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm pulling these cave claws and just like backstepping, and then suddenly I fall into the thing. That type of stuff happens, and I use Surety of Death twice in a row. Extra sure of their death, I suppose. I'm actually curious if you can fall. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to, but sometimes in LOTRO it just has like invisible barriers. And that thing is huge, whatever that is. I didn't even notice that. I almost can't tell what it is. It looks like some extra giant deep claw or cave claw from here. I mean, it looks like the stone claw right there. Either way, it's pretty gross, so we can stop looking at it. One of the instances I need to kind of get to doing, I think, is still Askad Mazal. Is that what it's called? That is the wrong panel. I think it's shortened to AM, but that's one you need to discover in Moria. Actually, it was a instance added later and it's in Moria. But I don't know if like the Wells of Lingflood questing takes you there, because I'm pretty sure I was added in that quest pack, but I'm not really sure like how you naturally access that unless you just like randomly go to Moria and go to it. And I feel like I'm running in circles. This cave, I actually like this cave structure, because if I don't look at the map at all, this would be a very easy one to get lost in, I think. Which, as odd as it sounds, I would actually like that. So Skeletor, you said you would love to see more side quests that appear while you explore, and not these typical go to this area, complete 5 quests, now go to this area, and so on. Yeah, that's the type of stuff that I usually like, and a lot of the old zones in LOTRO I feel like were that way more. And Mokasi Kaskas, unfortunately I cannot read that. It almost looks like, if I had to guess, it would be like greetings from Dutchland. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. And hello, Pettigrew. You asked what I am doing today. So we already ran the new raid. We did that in, I don't know, under an hour. Probably in about half an hour even for the actual time we were doing the raid. So that was pretty short and we already completed that, but then I'll probably be running some of the 6-man instances later, and otherwise, while not doing the endgame stuff, I am questing. I am in a cave somewhere in Elderslade, in a very confusing cave, and there's somebody here. Now I am trying to not open the map just because I want to find my way through the cave on my own a little bit right now. I can open the map if I actually do get lost, but I just think it's kind of funny with this cave is it's one that it's actually easy to get lost in, I think. I've somehow already got to an 8 of each quest item. I did not realize I've been doing that much for the quests, actually. And I also just noticed I haven't run into a deep claw in a while. I wonder if that hunter that I just passed by killed all of them, or what with that. Yeah, I'm trying to think some other zones in LOTRO where it really felt like you kept going out on an adventure and would find new things to do as you went out. Oddly enough, I really like Eregion, but it was not really like that. It was, a lot of that at least was, until the end of it. One of the parts I like actually was the lower part of Eregion and like Echad Dunnan and Echad Morobel a little bit, but yeah, that was actually a place where you would go out, you'd get a ton of quests at specifically that Echad Dunnan camp. And they would have you go all over the place, and you would find a few more quests while out adventuring. You would like run into somebody who had quests to deal with wargs and be going to that snowy area. Am I really back at the entrance again? How do I keep going to the entrance? Am I going like in circles every time? I'll open the map. There's that. Go, we're actually up close to that guy now. He's even more scary up this close. I wonder if there's more than one entrance though. All these Stoneclaws, I think they're passive, which is also weird. I'd like just hit them with my AoE and they were there the whole time. I actually didn't even notice them. I was too distracted by the other stuff. But we do have a treasure cache here. I need to find 12 more in the zone after this. Alright, so I will go back to... Let's see, let's go back this way. I still need to destroy one more Stoneclaw nest, so I still have an objective here. What if I go here? This takes me back to the big room, so the original entrance was over there, I thought. But I went this way. This almost reminds me of Minecraft if I'm like exploring a new cavern or cave. This isn't the same entrance, is it? I don't think it can be, but maybe it is. Let's see. Yeah, that's the eye. Unless I just did this in a very weird way. While I'm doing this, I'm going to press delete, see if I target anything. Here's a backpack, but what I want to actually target is I still need a nest to destroy. But this was my original way through the cave. This is where I started. I guess we can kill some mobs. And I thought there was another entrance back here. I don't think it's that same entrance. But I might go in one more circle. See if I'm still not targeting anything, just making sure I don't miss any quest items. But we can actually look at the map, I think, in just a minute here. Okay, so this is this entrance. And if I go... Yeah, so that's definitely a different entrance. I could look at the mini-map as well. I haven't been paying attention to that. Oh, I went somewhere. Triggered anti-exploit mode there. Made them all confused. Going into that little corner. But I still need to destroy one more Stoneclaw nest. Either way, that's what I'm actually looking for. And I have it targeted, so it's somewhere over there, I guess down this little area. There's actually that entrance, I think. Oh, there are two Stoneclaw nests over here. So we can look at the map now, and there might even be 3 entrances / exits. So let's try this one. I don't know which one I originally went in. I think I went to the one to the south a little bit. I honestly don't remember. I don't think that's the one I went in, but it could have been. I thought I went in one somewhere slightly different, but anyway, I just thought that was an interesting cave to design in, trying to get through it without looking at the map. Let's see, I need to get back on track, so it looks like I'm actually, I thought I was a little bit more west, so I'm actually on track with planting the banners. Now that we took care of the Stoneclaw, Deepclaw problem, except for the huge thing that was sleeping back there that we couldn't get to. So what are we doing? Planting banners, I think, along the road. So I shouldn't need to leave the road for this, but there's a good place to plant a banner. I wonder if I need to place one back, though. I almost feel like I do. Just because of the tracker on the map, it seems like, yeah, there's one back that I need to go. We can write them out on the way back there. Don't need to be slow the whole time. I need to stretch my legs. Just that little area. I actually don't know what that is. So we planted this banner, just 3 more banners along the way. But if we don't go by it, I want to check out what that little area was. Here's Home on the Slade. Discover the dwarf encampment. Investigate the dwarf encampment. That might actually be the one I was just looking at. It looks like it was, so I wanted to investigate that anyway, and I got a quest to do that, so that's nice. It's like it would have just been a personal quest for me to do, but then it's nice I had got an actual quest. So this is Kadesh Gara. They seem eager to talk with me. Probably because I'm stepping on their roof, but we'll see if that's actually why. Nogly Wantkin. Oh, so I have to hate him with a bunch of stuff. We didn't even make it to Anak Curfew, and we're getting like a whole quest set. These are like quests I had no idea there was even the possibility of these existing. I didn't even know this little dwarf encampment was a thing. And we need more quest slots again, which really means I need to abandon some quests. I really should, like, the Veil of Sorcery, I should... What's really weird about this quest is I have gone through Gashan Kutat, but it's like, for some reason, just like not progressing. I don't know why that quest isn't working, and I've run through like whatever like daily quests I had there, so I think I'm going to abandon that one, and we'll eventually maybe get back to it. I honestly don't even know if I ever will, but anyway, I can just basically cancel all these quests, I think, and I don't know why Filthwell lost relics. Why is the text so big on that randomly? Is it because it's just like doesn't take up the whole space? They increased the font size. It's a little bit weird. Some of these are also a little bit bigger. I wonder if does have to do with like how much text is in the actual quest name. But anyway, that's enough slots to accept this quest, I think. Alright, so what do I need to do? I actually need to do stuff along the river. Just a bunch of different things, it looks like. So Skeletor, you asked what my opinion in the 2 best areas in LOTRO depending on atmosphere, quest, and senses and structure. So atmosphere, I would say Lothorian and Forestial. Probably. What was that? Or something, oh, it was probably a drake flying, and I saw something like go straight across. It looked like something bright, but I didn't even know what it was. It was probably a drake. But yeah, Forestial is really nice. I like the snowy, kind of tundra-ish part of it. Sometimes it doesn't make sense that it snows there, but that's also nice. Like, if it's going to be frozen and dry, it probably won't snow, but that is okay. It's probably just something I'm particularly sensitive to, looking at things like that, I guess. Thick branches, so this is not a actual crafting thing. This is just something I'm collecting for the dwarves. So nice of the trees or whatever to just like drop the branches in groups like that so I can easily pick them up and carry them somewhere. Oh, it's actually making me carry the bucket though. Pan? What am I doing with the bucket? Do I have to go to the water? Oh, I found a suitable location. That was weird. I dropped the bucket. Too far from the water? What? I have no idea what that bucket quest was. Pick up the bucket of... Oh, I need to... So those were 2 separate quests, actually. Do I need a bucket to see where this goes? Oh, it's actually on the tracker on the map, I think. Greyland's Bounty. So I just need to go up north. We'll get some more branches in the meantime. And then I need to set traps, it looks like, for another quest, the one we haven't looked at. But some other zones I like. I mentioned I like Veils of Anduin just because it was fun questing after a long while, and questing, at least with LOTRO, where I didn't enjoy the questing too much. Another newer zone I really like is Iron Hills. I think that has a great, like, relaxing atmosphere, even though there are a bunch of, like, Jangovars, which I think are just Easterlings. Even though they're a big threat and a lot going on with that. It's such a peaceful, and it's really weird. I feel like it's a wide open zone, even though it's, like, full of rocks, full of bushes, and not what I would really think. If somebody described the zone, I wouldn't really think it's wide open, but it just has like that wide open, peaceful, relaxing type feel to me, so I like that zone for that. And then for actual quests, I really like Enadwaith. There are like a lot of quests there. I think it's one I like to do every once in a while. It's not something I like to repeat on and on forever, but it's a really fun questing experience in there for me. And in general, I know I've talked about like not liking linear quests, and I feel like Enadwaith was somewhat mostly linear. When you're out on the quest objective, sometimes you would go off to a bunch of different areas, which was good, but some of the quests were pretty much go do these 5 things, go back for turn-ins, and then we'll progress to the next area. But they weren't all like that. Another area, I actually really like the Barrow Downs quest. That's one of the early areas, but it's one of my favorite areas in early LOTRO, like below level 20, basically around level 20. I think Barrow Downs has some really fun quests, the Northern Barrow Downs and Southern Barrow Downs, but mainly actually Northern Barrow Downs, especially if you go into the barrows. All those different things, there's just so many different things to do, and I like that. It's a good long adventure there. And probably especially satisfying to like complete the whole area in one go. So we need to actually go back down here and pick up the bucket. And let's see, I also like areas that have a little bit of group content, so like Dolden Inn, just because of the challenge of trying to solo some of those. A lot of them are fairly easy to solo, but not always the hardest. So like there are 2 in North Downs actually, Dolden Inn. I don't know where I need to take this bucket, so I need to bring it all the way back up, and I don't know the best way to go back up, so we're going to go this way. I know the way down because you can just basically fall downward, but okay, this actually took me right where I needed to go. So beginning of days, you said you were playing in Enadwaith right now as I speak. Yeah, so hopefully you enjoy that zone as much as I do. I recently went through it, somewhat recently. Oh, needed to just pour water. I wonder if these dwarves just like don't really know elves. This is a lot of running around hilly areas and kind of mountain climbing-ish. There was something some other time with Luiden where I felt like somebody was insulting me, basically saying I couldn't navigate landscapes like this, but now I'm actually thinking the opposite with the dwarves. So I still need to pan some water. What quest is that? Built from nothing. That is this quest. That is the branches. Yeah, thick branches. So I'll need 2 more after this, but I don't think I need to go up, like vertically upward. I need to go up the waterfall. It's kind of like, I don't know if anybody's familiar with Breath of the Wild. It's basically the only single player RPG-ish type game besides some of the old 3D Mario games that I have enjoyed. But anyway, with that, there was like an item where you could basically swim up waterfalls just like that. That would be convenient to have right now, but I can definitely go around. Alright, I think it's about time we can call it a mount. And I say that as I think I'm just coming up upon some quest items to, looks like here is to set traps, but I can do that on my boar. So that is nice. Oh, apparently this is not a quest item. There's actually a scarring deposit. I think it's actually nice that this one is in the rock. Of course it's annoying, especially people that couldn't like target it and had it tracked if they didn't know you could press delete to do that, but that one's actually like you're mining into the rock of the zone of the landscape to get your item. I wonder why I couldn't do I need to do like a banner here? Suitable trap. I guess I finished whatever quest that was to place those banners. Maybe they had like an extra spot or something. No, it looks like we have to get off the boar. So beginning of days you said, oh yeah, Lothorian. Lothorian was a little bit weird even though I like it. I especially like, I think the Dimral Dale for questing. That's a fun area to quest, but the rest of Lothorian I'm kind of mixed on the questing. I would actually need to run through all of it again. But yeah, the questing was a little bit weird to me. Okay, I actually just talked about that. I need to do it again. Repeating myself. What was the other thing? The landscape, the like scenery of the zone I love. And I think beginning of days you just said that basically the same thing. You said it's beautiful to you, but it's a shame it's underdeveloped with quests. And yeah, I need to run it again. I think I saw somebody else on a board right there. Oh yeah, so beginning of days, I also like areas with snow in LOTRO, so I actually like this zone has some areas with snow. I don't remember too much Wormsgraph. I think it can snow there, but there's a little bit of a snowy area to the north that I like. And even, did the Vales of Anduin? I don't think the Vales of Anduin had much that was actually snowy. You could go here and up there, but I don't remember much of it being too snowy, actually. Maybe like just a little bit. Somewhat nearby, but Wells of Lengthflood, at least what I've done, doesn't have any actual snow. I know clicking that goes to War of Three Peaks for some reason. They basically said that's bugged, but yeah. Wait, this is Wells of Wells of Lengthflood, I'm also not sure, but anyway, I do like snowy areas, and it seems like Arid Mithrin had some snowy areas. Unfortunately, with that one, I just didn't get too much of it with the snowy areas. But another one... Oh, how do we go there? No, it wouldn't be Gondor. Where am I trying to go? West Rohan, Wildermoor. East Rohan, Wildermoor. I need to actually quest in Wildermoor. I plan to eventually do that on my Guardian, but that's snowy and I like the environment. Valewood's pretty neat, even if I'm not a big fan of like all the it has all the mounted combat and all that I'm not a big fan of, but I think that's a neat area if you can ignore that. Neat looking area. So beginning of days you said Eregion is the most beautiful in respect to snowstorms. Yeah, that one has a nice dense snowstorm, and that ram, it's almost like a shower for him probably. Just like sitting there in the waterfall getting... Oh, I'm too far. Oh, I need to pan. That's right. I don't need to like explore or whatever or pick up items. What am I going for? Gold, I would guess. Panning for gold. What are some other snowy zones? There's Foreshul that I really like. I also like the questing of Foreshul. It's pretty spread out, but I still found it fun. Another zone that I like that many people don't like, I like Angmar. I think the environment is good for what it is. It probably gets tiring after a while, a little bit annoying being there in the dark Angmar zone after a long time. So it's kind of like Minas Morgul in that way, and even Moria in that way. It's just fun once you get out and see some green stuff and see the sun again in a way. Okay, so still need one more thick branches, rather. Mountain Worm, do not need to kill him except for a deed, but we'll let that one live. Okay, so going on the right path. This is another good view, this area. I just wish it wasn't nighttime. It's probably, yeah, it's getting to late watches, so it should be morning time soon, but probably not by time I get out of this area. So there's actually one thing. So I'm going to try to test something with the graphics. There was something that came up on Reddit about comparing the graphics settings from a few years ago to more recent, and I made a comment about the water. I thought it used to look better, and there was something, whatever they did, they made it basically like a mirror reflection, and the water is basically still looking. So there might be something in these settings. I thought I would look for that. I think you can change to DirectX 9, but there might even be something else. Disabling that, okay, we don't want that. I don't think, ooh. Huh, I wonder how much that affects my performance, because it makes a difference on the screen. I don't know if it makes that much of a difference. This is kind of like one of the things where it's like, if I can get more performance, it's not like the biggest deal visually to me. But I actually do notice the difference, especially like on the rocks, if I really paid attention to it. I just don't know. My FPS, it already dips down a little bit sometimes in this area, but I actually think that's fine. The high quality lighting, specular lighting, yeah, that one's pretty minor, just like what we can see here. Surface reflections, okay, so that just changes that a little bit. Even on ultra high, I'm not a like big fan of the reflections. But it's just something I thought of. I think I run low on that for, well, not for quality reasons, but for performance reasons. I'm actually not sure. I think normally I play closer to high, but anyway, I just think water used to look better in LOTRO. Sometime they updated it, and it looked a lot worse. The first time I really noticed it was actually the Fort of Bruin, and on this character way back, like 3 years ago or whatever, when I was going through it on that. I think this character was part of the Louis Den Let's Play series. There's actually a mission just right here, so I'm actually familiar with this area and didn't even know it. Okay, I'm going to zoom in and get a screenshot. We'll get more screenshots, I suppose, up here. But yeah, just a neat area. I do like getting lost in looking at the landscapes in LOTRO. Yeah, so Forest is actually a place where it would be nice to have a war steed, because that's basically what they're used for, fast travel. At least for me, I try to avoid mounted combat if possible. Alright, so that is all of my quests there, but I want to get to a high peak up here and just look out a little bit. I really doubt you can get up there. It looks like the landscape, like an inaccessible landscape. So beginning of days, you said it's a shame there isn't... Hold up, I'll actually go to Skeletor's message before that, because that's the first one I haven't gotten to while I've been looking around all the landscape. So... Let's see, Skeletor, you said, to be honest, as someone who loves group quests and instances, Ingmar was and still is one of your favorite regions, so... And same for Moria. Yeah, so it's good to know other people do like Ingmar and that type of content. This is just a neat area. I think there are even a lot of colors in the landscape, so this is a little bit yellower, a little bit green, but kind of just a yellower, brownier, I guess, dirtier looking landscape. Then you have the rocks, which are gray for the most part. They almost look a little bit blue colored here, and then you have little bit, I think it's getting towards sunrise is probably why that's getting a little bit red, I would guess, but just a little bit of red in the background, then the brighter green area from the mist of Wilderland, whatever that zone's called, Wells of Langflood, and then the clouds, some purplish clouds I think over this zone maybe, and then some whiter ones to the left, and even the snowy mountains in the background. So just a lot going on here that's, I think, neat to see. Even over there, there's like the blue colored dwarven structures. I wish I could run higher settings. I think it's more of a CPU issue or something. Just LOTRO doesn't use all my resources, so I'm basically maxed out. Or hold up, Yeah, LOTRO doesn't use all my resources, but if I increase the graphic settings, it still doesn't use more resources, like for my GPU or CPU. Yeah, I get worse performance, and OBS definitely doesn't help. Even though, again, like all my GPU power and CPU power aren't being used up. But anyway, that was another long sidetrack from Quest. To get back to the chat, beginning of days, you said it's a shame there isn't a seasonal weather system. Yeah, that would be fun, but yeah, like if it's winter, most of Middle Earth would be covered in snow. And that probably would be asking a lot of blanketed Hobbiton, blanketed in snow Hobbiton. That would be pretty funny to see the Shire like full of snow. But yeah, I think it would be neat to have seasonal weather. It would be a lot, and probably would annoy some players to be like winter the whole time. So Cody de Papa, you said it's an engine issue. You have a 2080 Ti and 8700K CPU, so a big upgrade compared to my GPU. Mine's an old GTX 970. And my CPU's at 7700K, but you said it barely touches them regardless of settings as well. And yeah, it's just an unfortunate thing with LOTRO that as I turn my settings up, it like doesn't use the resources more, but I still get worse performance. And it looks like there will be time enough for adventures tomorrow. Oh no, this worries me for this quest just because he said that. There's a little bit of bloom right now, I think. I always like bloom in LOTRO. I feel like it makes it look a little bit better if it at least makes sense for where it is. I don't think it would be great to have everywhere, and it's not everywhere. But like just in the middle of a random brief field, I don't think it would make sense. But at like nighttime forestial, I think it's really nice, for example. Oh, and forestial is really nice. I didn't even talk about this, but the aurora is there. Those are nice to see. I have never seen an aurora in real life, but I think I've moved somewhere where occasionally might be getting close to seeing it. Not that that helps too much, but I guess with like a bad solar storm, it would be possible. Bad as in strong. I wonder if it actually makes me sit on the log. Let's see. Yeah, you are too far from the log. It actually makes you sit on the log. That's pretty neat. As annoying as it is a little bit. Okay, let's see. Louis didn't sit on the log. I sit on the log decently. My butt kind of goes into it. Not sure that can be too comfortable. Let's see. For screenshots like this, it would be nice if there wasn't text on the screen, and we might get an opportunity for that, but so what are we doing? Just like eating dinner or supper, as they call it? I should too. Oh, they're going to make me use that and eat it slowly, but then I have to get up. It's actually the time too. Oh, it sits me right back down. I didn't even know that. Alright, so I'm going to try to get some screenshots if... Oh, probably... continue the quest, but I was going to try to get some screenshots of like the text disappeared. Thinking I had to travel, but I had to get rid of that anyway. What are we doing? Oh, I need to collect firewood. Why are they making me get up and do that? So Skeletor, you said it's almost 3 a.m. where you are. Wow, has it already been almost another hour? I honestly can't even believe it's been almost that long. That is crazy. That's one of the things with LOTRO. I just sometimes get lost in the questing, and I quest extra slow. I feel like I've been even extra slow today. But yeah, I didn't realize I had been that long. But anyway, I guess I hope you have some good sleep. And thanks for stopping by the stream. And also thanks for joining my Discord. I know that's still under construction. I need to tell the story of my adventure before coming to Elderslade. We're going to be here for many, many hours, I suppose. Oh, I need to tell Nagley my story. I can't just tell the group my story. I need to tell it to Nagley specifically. Sorry, other dwarves. Wow, that was quick. I honestly don't know how Luiden told the story of my adventures before this that quickly, but that's okay. In beginning of days, it's nearly 2 a.m. there for you. That's still like very late. I know basically every time anything like that comes up, I talk about how I don't really stay up that late usually. For me, it's like almost 9 p.m. Here I'm in the central time in the US, and yeah, this is not like late for me, but it's kind of getting towards being late. And this is about when my kin used to start the group content until they changed their schedule slightly, which just happened to work out very well for me. But yeah, this is when they used to start stuff, and kind of the time investment. The new raid isn't that long. I could definitely do that at this time if I was just doing that, but yeah, I basically missed a lot of stuff with them. I'd be logging off like right when they were starting things or something like that with this character, so it's nice that that's kind of lined up well. So beginning of days you work with on LOTRO time, and when it's nighttime in LOTRO you sleep. Yeah, that could work, I suppose. It's nighttime in LOTRO right now, but it's actually getting to be morning. Which I suppose, I think the day, I don't remember the exact numbers for it. I don't know how long the day and night lasts. I know it's not based on like real time with the server. Ooh, these boots. With the tactical critical multiplier, they could almost be considered an upgrade. The unfortunate thing is, like, I need a helmet. My helmet's like item level 400. I need some of the jewelry. I still have a yellow piece of the hero's ring. But yeah, I just need other things, and I keep getting quest items, quest rewards for things I already have. So I will get the defensive ones. I probably already have defensive boots, actually, I think. Hopefully, these can't even be disenchanted to Embers of Enchantment. That's one of the things I talked about on my review. This stuff used to be like disenchantable into Embers of Enchantment, at least in the previous zones leading up to this, but in this zone they suddenly aren't. And it's a little bit annoying because of that, because I could at least get something other than silver for this, but I guess that's the way it's always been in LOTRO. You get basically silver if you don't need the quest reward, but just because Embers of Enchantment is like a new system, it'd be nice to be able to do that. Now the sky's turning orange. You can see a lot more. I guess it's a lot brighter, so the green comes through. We're also closer to it, but I think that is another neat view. We'll go here where we can see a little bit more. I feel like I keep getting closer and will basically want to go on that rock if I just keep going, but yeah, I like getting screenshots especially for backgrounds and thumbnails, because you'll probably notice usually my thumbnails have like whatever text or whatever going on. And I should join the Discord again because we're doing group content again, it looks like. Hello. Wow, I spent like an hour on questing. They did I think they did another raid for whatever it's called. The Bloody Threshold. So they did that again on like their alts. A bunch of people in this kinship have like a few alts at level 130 and getting them geared up or whatever, which I would like to do, but there are some systems in LOTRO that prevent me from, and not enjoying that because I would enjoy it, but preventing me from doing that basically, and actually wanting to do that. I also like this when it's bright, but you can still see the stars a lot. Yep. Alright. So they're just switching characters and classes, it sounds like. I was just talking about the people in this kinship having all the alts, so yeah, they're just, I guess, trying to decide who can run it, who needs the chests, and which characters they want to run it on. Oh, somebody level 127. That'd be interesting, trying to level through here, this zone, at 127. Oh, we need to actually go back to End Curfew. But anyway, we have done hardly any questing in an hour. I have been slow today, which is okay. Sometimes it is fun to quest very slowly on LOTRO. I have made it to End Curfew though, so that's some progress. And this is another nice view. That landscape is far away, but you can actually see it. I'm surprised you can see the trees that far in LOTRO, because that's just super far away. Where is that exactly? There's a little structure thing looking there. I'm trying to open the map, but I have my UI hidden. Maybe that? I see that, I think, a little bit closer. I wonder if that's what I see way back there. But anyway, I just thought that was neat as well, since we're getting distracted by the landscape today of Elderslade. Elderslade and the Mist Wilderland, Wells of Blankflood. Mist Hollow, that's what it's called. For that portion. So that portion of the zone is called Mist Hollow, and then Floodfells is the southern portion, I think, is the way that works. Alright, so what do I need to do here? Find Glewin in the old keep of End Curfew, so we will do that. He should be at the top in the war room. Do I need to do anything while here? Actually, let's do the tasks first. That's something I have not kept up with well and always forget about, so we'll do that first here. Oops, I just zoned. If you could send that again. But that came right up as I was walking out of the room. So can we do Savage Beak, Blackened Claws? I think I have a ton of those this time, so I should be able to do that and turn that in and accept that and turn that in. Turn that in. Accept that. Turn that in. How many times can we do this? I think I can do it 5 times. Oh, there we go. Probably going to be locked on this one and probably won't be able to turn it in. Yeah, I already did as many tasks as I can, so yeah, the daily task, the limit is 5. I think you can increase that. Add slots, increase task limit, there it is. Let's see how many mithril coins that is. 20 mithril coins? I wonder, that probably gives you like 1 task. I wouldn't doubt it's only that much, but yeah, so let's go. I need my subscriber town services and we can sell for the next thing I need to do. That's an easy way to find it. Put it there. See if I need a repair. I shouldn't need to repair if I actually use my buff like I'm supposed to. I just always forget to use that. Subscribers jug, where is that? It's going to be another one I need to type. There it is. Don't need that. I wonder, I might save this stuff just in case it also gets the change that we will be seeing with the jewelry. Not sure it will, but just in case. And then the other thing I want to do is actually use some of my essences. So I have a few boxes, 2 boxes of tier 4 and 2 boxes of tier 6 essences. So I have these boots that can probably go ahead and put in the good essences in, I would guess. Or I could put 2 tier 4 kind of temporarily. I think the way you do this, yeah, you can... Oh, I thought you could destroy those. Let's see. Existing... Yeah, so that would destroy it if I wanted to put something else in that. 26. Oh, I also have the leggings. Oh, those are resistance. I wonder if I should just put more resistance in that. Resistance isn't a great stat, but maybe physical mitigation. I'm not quite full to the cap on that. Oops. So I can put that there and manage the essences individually like that. Okay. And then you can unslot them if you wanted. Okay, so just to put something in the pants, and these are kind of tankier pants anyway, I guess. There we go. Again, these are more just to have something in temporarily. Like even this necklace could use one. It's purple, but it's still something that could use in essence in the meantime. I have another physical mitigation one. Probably have the finesse one equipped, yeah. Somehow got to 50% physical mitigation. I don't really care about that again. It's just that I am trying to fill those in. So I think the boots is what I'm going to put. I might as well use the tier 6 ones, I suppose, for now. I just don't know exactly what essences I want in them right now. I wonder if I'd want any critical or physical mastery. I think that's the big delay for me actually using these. I also wonder if people ever use like any more owl-based essences. And I think there are also like trigger essences you can get that I would probably want. But I'm guessing, I think most people use physical mastery if I remember correctly, so probably we'll look at that. This is probably isn't the most exciting thing for me to do as we're getting prepared for the instance, but yeah, I'm thinking physical mastery will probably get me the most value. So we'll get a couple of those. Maybe. Select. There we go. I'll put both of those in the boot. Sure you want to add? Yes. Then add. Yes. That's exciting. That's actually like a decent piece of gear. I know 434 I think is a kind of starter item level. It seems like for the upgraded stuff, like a little bit more difficulty. This is very baseline. I think tier 2 has gotten me the 428 piece, but that's at least I made use of the tier 6 essences I have, and I can use the essence removal scrolls if I find something that's like really better that needs those. If I basically replace my boots, but I still also have 2 tier 4 essence boxes. I think I have quite a few basically trash essences that are temporarily in place as I've been trying to get this stuff settled. So I'll wait for what we run today to see for the rest of the stuff basically, but at least got that a little bit of decision making done. We have a few rune keepers. I don't think I've run with many rune keepers in this kin. So I think these people are still trying to work out which like instance locks they have. I guess this is tier 1, it just says T. Asbaz and Margrushes. I think that's this instance. So I think it's the favored chest. I think this is how many I have left available. Which is weird because I haven't run these since last week basically. I thought they reset more frequently, but maybe not. Maybe it's like a weekly thing. Probably ran at Thursday last week, I think. I feel like update 28 has been out longer, but I think Thursday last week is when I ran this. But I think the common chest, I'm not entirely sure what that is, but I think the favorite chest is where you can get the good loot, basically. Maybe after you do the favorite, you get like common version of loot. Like probably all the bad scaling stuff, if I had to guess. I'm not entirely sure. Wait, did I already... Yeah, I think I already ate my food, but that's okay. And I think this was tier 1. It could have been tier 2. I actually don't remember when we entered, and that would be another good thing for me to check. I do have, yeah, tier 2. Probably all these are tier 2 then? I really wish there was a way to actually get that to show the full name. Group block info, yeah, that doesn't show. Oh, there's a dwarf. I haven't seen too many dwarfs in this kin, I don't think. I wonder who's tanking. Probably the Guardian. I actually don't know. Maybe the Beorning's healing, maybe they're not. Maybe they're DPSing, but I would guess they are healing. That's probably what most Beornings here do. I think that's what most Beornings do anyway. I just love tanking on them. Oops, accidentally used Surety of Death instead of Desolation, basically. Can't quite tell what tier this is. I think it's tier 2 because they have the buff and it's actually going slightly slow compared to tier 1. Tier 1 is crazy easy. What's crazy is tier 1 is easy, but... And I'm a fan of easy content, at least tier 1. Tier 1 being easy I think is good. I think higher tiers is when you can add more difficulty, and it's fun to have more difficulty. Every time I talk about this, I feel like I need to stress that so people don't think I don't like difficult content, because it's kind of the opposite. But I think tier 1 being easy is a good thing. But for this, tier 1 is like extra easy, where you could, like, even I think with not great gear, just run it with a couple people. Even might be a little bit slower, but with tier 2, I actually have time to hit these. Basically in tier 1, they just they just die. Here they die, but it takes a little bit more time. Well, apparently I have aggro on this orc back here as I was switching to the archer. Get some of my dots up. I guess I could have stayed on that because the other ones were going to die anyway. Whoa, that thing died quick. Probably, I don't know if the Runekeeper did that much damage. I don't know how great their gear is or isn't. Probably better gear than me, but that one skill, whatever skill that was, the AoE, what's that called? I should know the name of that. I play my Runekeeper. Oh, what is that AoE called? Perfect Imagery? Is that what it's called? I think I've already used my AoEs, but it's okay. I can repeat them a little bit. Or I can use Persevere. That can happen too. Vivid Imagery. I think that's what it's called. The Runekeeper AoE skill, lightning one that dazes, does a ton of damage. Alright, so I need to get my usual stuff ready, Ranger's Outlook Challenge, and then we kill the one on the left first. Actually, this is wow. The first one is dying so quick, and I accidentally messed up a little bit with the Game of Masteries. I was going to use that game anyway, but this is one of those fights where you can actually use battle memory to use your strong single target bleed against two of them at once, but they die so quick, and I'm pretty sure this is tier 2. I thought it was tier 2 at least, but that was like super easy. I got 428 crit defense and resistance. Wow. I don't need all this defensive gear, unfortunately, but that's okay. I guess gear is okay because I can disenchant it to Embers of Enchantment. At least that is one thing they have, and it's something that's good, because if you're looting all this exciting gear and then it's no use for you, at least you can break it down into something and use that to barter for gear. That system, I think, is good. It's a little bit grindy maybe, but let's see what I don't have any more favored chests with them, so that was tier 2. I guess I'm not locked on tier 1. Maybe that resets more frequently. Or maybe even that's like, you only get like one favored chest for tier 2. I really don't know quite how that works. I hit one of them with that. I just needed to use that game, but since I built it up, I want to use Ranger's Outlook Challenge, of course. Alright, now switch to melee and do some damage. I'm gonna use Never Surrender just in case, just so I can have it up. I think not all these are getting hit by my dots. I was going to use Warcry, but some need to get hit by my strong stuff. I will use that. I think we have one little Archer type thingy there, so I'll use one more Desolation and then go back and hit him. He doesn't have much health, so I think even just like one bleed would be sufficient. Maybe I'll go ahead and put a couple on to be extra sure. Yeah, he has 1,600 left. I think a hunter actually hit him with an arrow. Onto the boss. This is a boss the group had issue with. For some reason there was a call out where he would do a conal frontal AoE attack and you just had to turn behind him, but yeah, there was some issue with that. I'm familiar with it. still have my food. I was going to use another food I saw was off cooldown, but I was already got that. So I think we're just going over a couple things with the fight right now, is what is going on. Somebody is locking off. Anyway, this boss, yeah, he was the first, like, when we ran through this the first time, running through tier 1, then tier 2, when we went through this on tier 2, it was pretty tough. Compared to the other fights, just mainly with that one mechanic. He also has something where he just freezes somebody, and that was pretty annoying, but yeah, I think we have this down, and we'll try to pay attention, keep up. Which means I'm not allowed to get distracted. Okay, I did not mean to use my big melee buff, but that is okay. Just a little bit of time wasted with that, really. I have not used Desolation, so Cold shall grip you this one. We can stay there. And then we do not interrupt this. That much I remember. And then I'll get more bleeds. I think I have a damage over time effect on me that's doing a decent amount of damage. So yeah, it's chill them to the core. That's when we run through, and then the tank will just turn him so we don't even have to move again, and the tank died. That is not good. I don't know. They might have a do not fall or battle res. Okay, get Desolation. I actually should be using my bleed to try to... I think the tank went back up. Cold shall grip me. Apparently, I think, yeah, that's going to freeze me for a little bit. It's unfortunate with the damage. I can't do any damage with that. When I get back up, I'll probably try to finish this bleed maybe first of all. Wonder if I can see village. I don't know if I ever come back up. Really don't know. I think I'm just like frozen is what happens. I can't even do anything. Oh. So I got him down close. Even like after I got frozen and after a lot of people died, we saw damage over times. I had like my bleeds going on, but yeah, can you actually... Oh, I was like, for some reason my mounts aren't grayed out. I was wondering if it actually let you use those here, but it does not look like it. But yeah, that was an okay run. I think just tank took damage. Well, the tank died. Obviously, the tank took damage. The tank died, and then I think they got res, but it was a little bit slow maybe with that, just getting back up. But we almost got him. That's better compared to when we first ran this, better than our first couple tries with that. Let's see, fire oil, and I'll go ahead and use some shield spikes, I suppose. Okay, get some of my buffs up, because actually having a little bit of mitigation or crit defense will help. Okay, and then oh, switch to melee stance. Oh, knockback right building that. I do not have a whatever that's called spell thing, not spell Never surrender. I don't have that if I need it. Okay, I think one more and then I'll go back and do range resounding challenge. He's actually facing that way. He was kind of faced in a weird position for that. for that. Whoa. Oh, did I get... I think I turned back around to the front. That was my fault for taking that damage. How much damage did he hit me for with that? Creeping cold, creeping cold, creeping cold. I thought he did like an actual frontal AoE. That's what it looked like hit me. Maybe it was like creeping cold. Oh, it looks like I was looking at the combat log, but everybody else died. That was unfortunate. I didn't see what happened to everybody else, but I know for me, I mispositioned there. I wonder if it's loud when I pop my knuckles. I don't really do it too frequently, but sometimes I do it and it's like the position of my hand's like right in front of the mouse. Probably a little bit loud. I wonder what sort of balance changes they're doing. I think a lot of people think they're increasing the difficulty, it sounds like, with this instance. So they just said they're changing the balance for when they add more tiers. But we don't know if that means maybe some tiers will become easier, some fights will become easier, but then maybe some fights will become tougher, some tiers will become tougher. It could be a lot of different things with that. But it looks like we're getting somebody new, and they have a lot of morale. Maybe that's like a tanking bear, or maybe it's another healing bear. Let's check their armor. Crit defense, evade rating, that sounds like a bunch of tanking gear to me. It would be nice to see another bear tank, especially at this level. They're actually using a two-hander, which I think most would use for DPS, but probably not super bad for tanking. I think you just get like offhand stats basically would be a good reason to use that. They have a maxed out LI. My LI. So my LI is the main thing with them is just getting up the legacies, getting scrolls of empowerment. That's like I think my next big step once I get spending marks and medallions and that type of thing, I'm going to, I guess, just get a bunch of scrolls of empowerment. I'm like sitting at a lot of gold, but that would be one thing. The only reason I don't want to do that is there is a legendary item revamp in the works and coming at some point. It was supposed to come this year. I want to doubt that's delayed since it seems like a lot of things have been delayed and kind of messed up with LOTRO. Probably from issues like troubles and slowdowns with developing, and they also had server issues for a while they had to deal with, probably working on that, prioritizing getting that stuff fixed, even though I'd guess people that normally work on content and maybe even like an LI revamp, I would guess they wouldn't have too much work time put on server issues. But yeah, let's eat food. Uh-oh, we're already starting. I would like, yeah, I don't have time. I was going to say I wouldn't mind getting one more. What did I just use? Let me get my javelin debuffs. And I need to sit a little bit more up in my chair. I'm like, just after all this time, sinking way down. Oh, you can hit that ice block? I actually did not know you could do that. So that's how you get somebody unfrozen. I did not even know that was a thing this whole time. Alright, let's get some strong bleeds because he's going down and we're doing good. We haven't even had the big thing. Let's get one more desolation. Okay, I don't have that debuff on him, and I'll go ahead and get a couple more bleeds just in case we have issues, since we have. Oh, come on. I think that ice block will just naturally disappear. Actually, my like combat is going super slow. don't know if y'all can see this lag, but trying to get him out of the ice and it's just like going super slow. I'm not even putting any like bleeds on him. There we go. Okay, let's get the good luck pet out. If I even have it, I don't even know if I have it on my bars. There it is. Another pair of pants. Okay, and this one's actually more useful, so I got a better pair of pants. That is nice. Might put my good essences in this one, my tier 4 essences, but we will see. I like having offensive stats though. For that particular fight, maybe the resistance could have been a little bit good and even physical mitigation. But of course, doing more damage means the enemies have less time to do damage to me, so that is good. And yeah, the critical rating, of course, will be nice. Fate gives a whole bunch of different things. It's not something I'd be super duper excited to get, but maybe, I don't even know from that. It's just like some crit and finesse, basically. Looks like one of these guys did not get a desolation on them, so I'll use that again. I actually should be using some more stuff. I didn't realize these trolls would last that long. I kind of forgot that they last that long. And we're having some run loose with aggro. Actually, one of them died. Anyway, I will, I suppose, just go ahead and use another range resounding challenge. It seems like they need that in. They're lasting long enough, I'll actually get used out of it, and then... Oh yeah, and once again, the donkey orc. So every time I've had the donkey out, I've gotten good loot. When I haven't had it out, I've gotten loot, but not the ideal loot, which is gear upgrades, actually ones that are usable. I've gotten a lot of pants now, though. I think I've also gotten like a lot of boots and gloves. But yeah, I would rather basically replace my helmet if I could choose. I think I have upgraded teal versions of everything under the cloak. So all these are upgraded, which is nice, but cloak included. The cloak is teal, but it's a little bit lower item level. And this fight's fairly easy. I don't think we've ever had issues with it. You basically just have to save all your cooldowns and stuff for the second phase. He does a little thingy, and basically all the dots that can get on him basically tick down, so then I'll switch, like, get range resounding challenge up again, and then I'll use my debuffs and buffs. Guess I should actually go. I'm still guessing the Guardian is tanking. But actually get in a better position to stay in. Oh. Okay, actually use Mighty Blow this time. Oh no, a little bit of lag. A bit of lag. My skills are going off so slowly right now. I don't think I have a debuff slowing me. Oops, I did not want to use Resounding Challenge. I've been wanting to try to build up Surety of Death, but everything's going so slow. I even need like Brink of Victory right now. And I think I need my 1 bleed next. So the boss is almost dead. It's probably worth switching to do Range Resounding Challenge. Actually, maybe not. He is dying super quickly now. But I just thought I could go straight to the bleeds and ignore that for now, and it's okay. He died quick anyway. I'm not sure it would have made enough of a difference. Probably even could have gone a little bit slower if I did that, just because that one's one of the ones that's slowly built up, slowly over time. Ooh, I got an essence box. Tier 6, so nice. So, Donkey is working so far. Anyway, tier 6 essence is nice. I don't remember what these other boxes are. Tier 4, I did not get a piece of gear, but essence is basically just as important, it seems like. So I'm actually not sure what is next or what else I could do. I guess I won't get... Oh, I wouldn't get a favorite chest, which is what I'd want to run this for. I can still run tier 1. I don't know if we are running tier 1. They got the, yeah, that's the tier 6 essences. I wonder if I should just go ahead and, like, with the pants use a tier 6 essence. Maybe I'll use 2 tier 4. I don't think it's a huge difference. It's like actually 2,000 in the stats, so it's a decent difference. But yeah, I think physical mastery for now would be a good thing as well with that. Just making sure I'm not destroying it. That's one thing I worry about, just dragging it there. That actually comes up with a pop-up to destroy. I could easily just like assume it's saying, do you want to slot it in? I don't have that quite actually lined up. But yeah, I got the damage. My physical mastery's gone up quite a bit with those essences. That's good to see. I really need to start upgrading. Actually, some of my jewelry is okay, but still, I just have a few specific pieces that are like way low that could use some boosting. But I do want to see, I probably got my reputation leveled up where I can look at some of the barters maybe. Oh, I needed to talk to Glow in here anyway for the quest, so we can do that. Except it looks like I have to aid him with a bunch of quests. At the gates, I don't think that's the mission. I think there's a mission either at the gates or something like that. Let's see, I still don't have enough reputation for the teal gear, which is kind of expected. I haven't done too much here. But do I have ally? I'm still not ally. Am I like friend? Is that the reputation tier? Yeah, I'm friend. I need to get ally, I think, is the next one, and then kindred would be next after that. But yeah, I could get a slightly upgraded shield. I think this is actually one with the same stats, just higher stats, so it would be a bit of an upgrade. I think is what I would get from that. I want to get like a tanky one. And then I could get cosmetics. But I'd rather save my marks of Gundabad, copper coins of Gundabad rather. Especially for like kindred, because then like right now I'm missing my helmet piece. This would be something I could easily barter for, a helmet piece, a decent one. I think it has one of every type actually. So I could just like do that and it would help. Let's see what actually the helmet one. Shoulder guards. Is there no headpiece actually of all these? Is there not a hat? Actually does not look like there is a helmet, so never mind on that. Maybe I'm just stuck with a bad helmet forever. So with the quests, I got the quests and I think they're just out in the Elderslade, not War of Three Peaks, but Elderslade. So hard to get to the Elderslade zone on the map. I think that's the easiest way. But yeah, one's at the gates and then just a few different areas, it looks like, for the quest. And I probably have a few general quests scattered throughout. So Andrew McKinnon, you said it doesn't have a helmet and go for the crafted. So I have the crafting here, but I actually don't have any crafting recipes for armor. Oh, I actually do. Never mind. Ignore me. I do have a crafted helmet. I guess this is from Wilderland. I need some Elderslade hides. I'd rather not have to rely on this for a helmet, but if I do, that's still scary, but that's a lot of Elderslade hides. I guess we'll see. I should probably leave this fellowship. I'll see if I get invited to the tier 3 run. That would be scary, as I said, if I do that, just some of my gear. But I'm actually not sure if I'm in this one. We'll see. They're just starting the invites now. But yeah, one thing that actually reminds me, there's supposed to be like updated guild crafting in Minas Morgul, and I have never found it. I went through all the quests in Minas Morgul, thought maybe it unlocked by that. I went by all the guild crafting people there. None of them had it. So I wonder if I need to go back, like way back to Stelden and go to the first Taylor guild crafting hall to see anything. But yeah, I don't know what I am missing with that, but I think I am missing something. I just need to look up on it, I think. I don't think I need anything at the auction house. I was searching earlier for the Essence Reclamation. I was talking about those in... Well, somebody just put a bunch up, but one thing I can do to upgrade my character also is the Scrolls of Empowerment. Could spend all of my gold on those and still not get my ally upgraded. The main things I would actually need on that are... Let's see. No, that's my Javelin. Just a couple of these. Light damage, range damage, maybe surety of death. And then for the Javelin, I would also only have a few. Fist Gambit skill damage would be pretty good. And that's actually the main one. Fist Gambit skill damage, really? Is there not a more useful one? Defiant Challenge damage return could be okay, more for like landscape solo purposes. Even heal bonus for conviction could be okay just because there's nothing else. I don't even use like Android Maneuver. Android Maneuver damage is a bad legacy, but it just doesn't seem like there are that many good legacies. Even something like 8700 critical rating, that's such tiny critical rating at this level, it just doesn't scale that well. And that's at the final tier. But anyway, I don't think I'm in the tier 3 run. I think that's other people had that plan, so that is okay. It is daytime out, so we can actually see a little bit. I wonder if we can still see quite as far off, or for some reason it doesn't do that. I am curious what. Hopefully I can inspect him, because I want to see what cosmetic he had, and none of it is loading. We'll see if that ever loads. So he has this one, which is basically the new cosmetic. Yeah, it's the armor of 3 peaks, but he has different things with it. But it's kind of, for me, annoying that the armor of 3 peaks only came with... Yeah, you can still see just as far out. Just such a neat, different looking area, especially seeing it from so high above, I suppose, and seeing so far out. Usually in LOTRO, I guess you're limited by looking at mountains, or usually it gets like fog, just distance fog. So questing, that's what I need to probably want to... Actually, I'll just go ahead and abandon the task quest. I don't need that going. What is the mail? Oh, the mail icon, the mail looking icon is because it's a task quest. But yeah, I'll go ahead and cancel both of those. I don't need to have those open. And then for the actual quests I need to do, again, the main one I guess I'm working on securing the approach, and just any other quests I happen to have. I have like Howler's Notch I have to go up there. Corrupted Crystals, I have no idea where that is. That's Howler's Notch as well. I have no idea where these, I think these are more north, but I want to focus, I guess, on Glowin's quests first. Because I've done this questing a little bit weird since I just knocked out stuff that aligned with the book quest. But I'm thinking for the rest of the stream, I probably... Actually, I'm talking about going on another quest set. I probably don't want to do that much, so I'll just see where these lead. If I go on like a big chain, I probably won't want to do that, so maybe I'll just do Howler's Notch. It's getting kind of late. I wouldn't mind doing a lot more, but I was just kind of thinking it's actually pretty late here and I've been going for a while, so... And I feel like I got a little bit settled with the questing, but maybe we can go ahead and knock out Howler's Notch, because that is something I came up upon, but never quite did it. So I'll go ahead and do those two quests, and we can go about the landscape during daytime now, because I do like the landscape and general visuals of this zone. See, I just think moving water in general in LOTRO looks a lot better, and we were talking earlier about the water graphics and how they changed. Ones like that I think look really good because the water is moving and actually visually moving, but when it's still in basically a mirror, blurry mirror at that, it doesn't look that great compared to the old version of water where it looked like that, or I guess the DirectX 9 or screenshots. I just need more screenshots again with all the thumbnails having actual LOTRO in the background. Is one reason I like them. I also just like them to look at them. I usually share some exciting ones on Twitter and these such. Still super weird riding a boar, but it's new, so I like getting used to it, I suppose. I really like the elks, though. They're pretty similar to horses, but I barely kind of haven't had much experience with them. I unlocked the elks on one of my characters. Actually, the Louis, when I started my big Anor Let's Play, I suppose, stream series, and I am taking way too much damage. I just need to kill these mobs and they'll all get killed, but... Oh, and one Runekeeper hit, that definitely helped. I just started getting a lot of debuffs, so I was worried with all that, but yeah, Never Surrender triggered, I got held, and I'll go ahead and thank the Runekeeper. Oh, and the Minstrel. Anyway, I have quests to do here. Collect strange crystals. That looks like a strange crystal. It does not look strange. I was thinking a strange crystal would be like a pink purplish one. That looks almost like poop, if I'm going to be honest. I'm hoping that was the intention, that it was more of an ugly crystal, strange in that way, rather than strange and pretty. Because this is actually strange, I think. And I don't know if I need to go inside Howler's Notch. I might need to. I think, is there a Warg Slayer? I would almost hope there is, just because this will be good progress for that, for one, but... Also, these areas are pretty good to quickly get Slayer deeds. So one thing I maybe don't really talk about too much is... So I think deed farming in general is annoying, but if I actually have time and can focus on like one character, I actually sometimes enjoy farming up like a single Slayer deed. Just like if I were to stay here right now killing wargs the whole time, I think I could have fun doing that for a while. It's just there's so much and so many like old areas you have to go to, and just so many different mobs you have to kill if you're to farm up like all the old deeds, especially on a character like this. If I did that, there's just like so much of that it gets more tiring after a while. And especially I like playing alts, so it's almost like a barrier to playing alts. I would have to do all that same stuff on all of them if I want them all to be outfitted like ideally, which I would. That's one of the fun things about playing alts, is getting all of them up, getting that stuff up. But in LOTRO Virtues, there's just so much XP you have to get with it. And even if you did every deed in the game, you still need to do, I think, more of the endgame virtue farms. And I think, do festivals reward virtues? I actually don't remember if they reward virtue XP. I thought at a point they did, but But yeah, just collecting more strange crystals. That's what I am doing. I've killed plenty of wargs, I think. Alright, so according to the map, you can actually... Yeah, it looks like there's one more corrupted crystal outside, or a strange crystal. I guess they're strange crystal, they're corrupted. I didn't even look at the quest name. It makes sense that they're corrupted, so I think it is in an intentional way that they look a little bit uglier. Strange that way, because they're corrupted, they look evil. Maybe it's a better way for me to put it than just like ugly. They even look like they're emitting some sort of gaseous thing, and I think that's what made me think poop. Like stinky poop, basically warg poop is really what I thought of. But yeah, we need to go inside the cave, which is good, except... Oh, I thought I crashed right there. Loot this corpse. Thank you, fallen adventurer, for your good loot. And a few crystals right off the bat. Or a couple. Alright, so I'm going to run through the cave a little bit, I think, and do some AoE stuffs. Looks like there's a treasure cache here. There are a ton of crystals, and I think the mobs are really densely packed. Huh. But yeah, I can just get these crystals really quick now that I killed all the wargs and get the treasure cache. I need to defeat the Den Mother. I'm guessing the Den Mother, I didn't even see that quest updated, the one to just kill orcs, but I'm guessing the Den Mother is in the other way, but I'll go ahead and get these crystals. Looks like all that stuff went into... Basically everything goes into my large crafting carry-all, anything crafting, of course. Alright, let's move down here. One quest I'm ready to turn in, but I still need to defeat the... Oh, I actually don't see the Den Mother. I would have expected her to be in here, actually right kind of in this area, but I guess not. We'll use Surety of Death. Oh, actually there's an item here, Fractured Crystals. Maybe this summons the Den Mother. I examine those, and the Den Mother gets mad. The Den Mother is green. Den Mother looks like she's been eating some crystals or something. Alright, and she should be dying from all those dots. Actually, I don't even need to run out. I can just use... Forget about the Warden Convenient Travel. Actually, that guy... She got the confusion anyway when I ran out. But yeah, I can just go back to War of Three Peaks. Or not War of Three Peaks, but in at Curfew. So as far as the stream goes, I did, because I was kind of getting out to do a big questing set. I wouldn't mind that, but I am getting kind of too tired and it's getting too late. I do have a couple more things I just need to do before I go to bed, but anyway, I figured that would be all I did, and that is something I had, those war quests I had before, so there was something easy for me to knock out there after we did like the group content, just one more thing to kind of settle down in a way with. But anyway, with this stream, we did the raid, and then we did some questing. We spent an hour super slowly questing. Looks like I need to go to an airtight chest for the crystals, I'm guessing. Somehow all the ones I picked up could go in there. So still have both of these quests, still have to do something with them. And that zoomed way out. Looks like both these quest turns are up at the top, I would guess, up here. But anyway, that's what we did today, and then did the 6-man instance, the tier 2 version of that, and then I did org questing, a little bit of questing. I just did the org quest, that's what we did. So all of that was fun to me. Again, the content with update 28 I like, I've been enjoying it. That's probably, y'all can tell that watching the stream, that the content is fun to me, which is good. New quests, wait, did it say, no, further afield? I thought it said something with failed, but it said afield. And then Mother Amma, I don't know where they are. wonder if I look at the map, I don't think so in Sundergrot, but corrupted crystals. Yeah, that's ready to turn in here. Maybe I just have to go down. Something's following me. It's my donkey. Let's get my little Moomac out. There we go. A little bit of change of scenery from the donkey. We'll get a Skippy elephant. Skippy tiny elephant. There we go. Okay, I just had to go back to her. Now finish and then I'm done. And then Sorrow Stones and Malcorlash. I don't remember where Malcorlash is, but got that quest and collect. Ooh, a lot of pages of the journal. Crystal journal. Huh, I guess they're just around Elderslade. That's interesting. I noticed there hasn't been a Lost Lore, at least I haven't seen one. This is almost, it feels like this is almost Lost Lore, like, with the quest, so maybe a little bit different structure to that in a way. But anyway, I think it is about a good time to get wrapped up with this stream. It's been a little bit of a weird stream, but again, enjoyable with all I did. Just kind of unusual at the timing and the, I guess, the pace and structure with doing the group content and the questing and all that. But yeah, I guess tomorrow is Wednesday. I was going to have a video tomorrow, but I basically spent my other free time besides this stream working on whatever I was doing. So maybe I'll do a stream tomorrow. I'm not entirely sure. Maybe I will do a video instead. It really depends on what's going on throughout the day for me. But yeah, I would guess a stream over an actual video. But anyway, as far as this stream goes, I hope you all did enjoy it. And if you did, please consider liking and subscribing for more or becoming a channel member. And thanks for joining and chatting and watching, everyone.